Hi, this is Matt Hug from ThinkNP.com, and I want to take a couple minutes and talk about your brand and building your brand. And, in consulting, particularly nonprofit consulting, I think there are really three things that are must-haves, and those are your website, your email address, and your business card. So let's get into website for a minute. So your website is really the place that, if you don't have a website, you don't exist anymore, right? So you got to have a website of some sort. Now, are people going to stumble upon your website and say, hey, we're going to hire Jane because look at this great website? Well, maybe, but chances are that somebody's going to find out about you. They're going to get a referral that you don't even know about, right? And they're going to check you out, and they're going to go to probably your website or maybe your LinkedIn page. But you have to have a website that describes what you do, maybe something different. Look at my video before about the unique selling proposition, right, in your target market. So, maybe something that reflects why they should hire you. But you want to have something that, it doesn't have to be long. It can just be a page, but whatever it is, it has to give some basic information, how to contact you, what you do, and why you are the right person to reach out to for whatever service you have. Now, I will tell you, it's really important to get your own domain name. Don't go to something where it's going to be, some other name, whatever name you choose. You want to have your own domain name. As a good friend of mine says, the best domain names are the open domain names. So you want to make, go to GoDaddy, go to 1&1, go to HostGator, whatever it is, right? And search for a domain name that reflects your business. Maybe reflects you. It could be your name. It could be some aspect of what you do, but whatever it is, pick a name, and then also coordinating that name with your business name can really be helpful so that you have kind of a pairing there. If you are, and I imagine this is taken, I have no idea, best grant writer ever, right? And that's your name of your business, that I hope can be the name of your website. But I would avoid things like words that can be played with, like to, right? Well, do you want to buy the number 2, TOO, TWO? Stuff like that I'm not real thrilled about. Also, try to make it as short as you can. So this might take some creativity. It might take getting out there and seeing, how I can do this and express myself in a very short term on a URL that is available out there, because millions, billions have been taken up already. Although I am surprised every time I do this when I look at the URLs for different projects, what isn't taken yet. So you never know. Get out there and take a look. So coordinating with that is your email address. Gmail, AOL, Hotmail, they don't cut it. You need an email address that connects to your website. This is really important. It tells people that, yes, I am a business. I do this. This isn't like getting me on it might go to your cell phone, right? Your personal cell phone, but you want to look like you are doing this seriously, and having your own URL and an email. And by the way, it should be your first name or some iteration of some personalization, not info at, because, when you, at least myself, I know when I type, even though I know it's somebody, they're going to see it, I just have this feeling in the back of my head that, well, is the info box going to go to someplace they're not going to look at, whereas the name or the first letter or last name or, whatever that is, right, is going to go to them personally. So you want to make sure that you have that name lined up, your first, whatever that is in the beginning, at the URL that you chose that matches your website. After that, your business card is hugely important. And you say, well, why are business cards important? Isn't everything electronic? Well, no. Actually, it turns out that business cards are great. In fact, I try to make a point of seating all my jackets in my car. I have a couple of briefcases, make sure I have business cards everywhere, because you never know when you're going to run into somebody who wants to have your business card or you want them to have it. So you want to have that ready. Now, after you're going to get a business card, I personally would not go with the free ones. I wouldn't go with the ones that have the company logo on the back of them. You want to go, it doesn't cost that much more, and get a nice business card that has a good thick texture, right? The design should match your website, so it looks like you're, all coordinated in one company here. And it needs to, reflect you. What is it about you? Just like your website reflects you, what is the business card reflecting you? By the way, on the back of my cards, I put, I met Matt at We Talked About. This is really important because they're nice little prompts for people to say, oh yeah, we met at this place at this date. This is what we talked about. And then they'll remember that we need to follow up on something afterwards. I get a lot of positive feedback on that, and a lot of people turn over my business card and write down things because it's important to them to remember these things, and that little prompt is a huge help for them. So, website, email address, business cards, 3 of the most important ways that you can brand yourself as a consultant to nonprofits. Let me run through a couple more here that are, I think, important to remember, and that is your portfolio. Do you have examples of what you do? Put it up on your website, right? Let people know this is what I do, this is how I do it. Here are some examples. In the same way, a testimonial is that way. Folks will believe somebody else about your good work, even if they know that you asked them for a nice testimonial, right? Then believing you when you say it. There's just something about that third-party endorsement, even if it's somewhat contrived as a testimonial. And by the way, make them legitimate testimonials. Don't make up something, right? Have somebody, say some good words about it. Now, you might give them a couple prompts on that, right? But don't, this has got to be real people who say good things about you. Put it on your website, and that is a very powerful thing. Maybe it's on the side column or something, wherever it is. And then, of course, examples of what you do if whatever you do lends itself to that. And the last thing I want to say about branding and what it is that your branding is you. It's your personality. It's the personality of your business being expressed out in the world. So treat it like you. Treat it that, this is what makes me different. This is an expression of my unique selling proposition, which if you saw another video, you'll know what that is. Go hunt that one up. So this is Matt Hug for ThinkNP.com. We'll be talking later. Bye.